Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. That is the wrong microphone, I believe. Yes it is. Here we go. Check, 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 check 1, 2. There we go. Sounded lovely. Alright. Bro, I gotta like barricade every spot in my apartment. Soundproof this shit, so everyone on the 4th floor doesn't hear me. Might have a little brewski for our little finale race to the qualifiers. I think I will. Merc 1-2 would be very exciting. What's up, Sky? What's up, Mad? We got 8 people. We still have 12 minutes. It's fine. Racing in Brazil. Let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up the Wikipedia for this track. And some quick facts. There we go. Oh no, we didn't really get many more. Bro, we got some support for AIM. Infamous AIM, who I'm pretty sure is a rookie driver this week. Have I missed him? I don't think he's raced before. Let me check last week's results. Esse. Yo, these are some tough ones. Got some Spanish in my back pocket. I do not have any Portuguese. Alright, we got 8 minutes. We need about 8 more people. Cross your fingers. I'm excited. Man. Are we actually missing some people? Or are people just a little slow getting here? Missing a lot of people though. You should invite Jonah Bus to the race. Okay. So JKS Racing, I believe, is new. Infamous AIM is new. JDM filling in for Alpine in the peak their constructor battle. I think mostly everyone knows. Honestly, not even concerned about a packed grid for this race. We got a championship battle. That's all we need. Other races, they want a full grid. Sky, what was your prediction last race? Were you predicting one Haas gets podium? Ooh, yeah, we are missing Mirko, Terramax, and Connor. Need those guys. Last podium, alright. I'm pretty sure Chills F1 has raced once for y'all before. Is that correct? Cool, we got one McLaren driver. Okay, yeah, so Connor supposed to be here, Mirko should be here, Pitt. Nice, we got Connor in the lobby. We're starting to fill out. Oh shit. I like to hear that, Sky. A little advanced scouting on burrows. Could be challenging. Sick boy perhaps here. Would be fun. Oh, okay, we got Felipe, we got Gotta Win. Termax and Mirko are the two big ones. No Red Bulls. Teramax, Mirko are the big ones. Oh, Mirko's here. What am I talking about? Oh, we got $17. Another check, mic check, mic check. Did we get Teramax? It's the only one I'm concerned about at this point. Did get Pit. Oh, and we got Teramax. There we go. Boom. Bang. All right. Time to lock in. We got a fantastic grid for us. Special shout out to Adam Brett. Fantastic driver. Piece of shit internet. But also, very, very good gift sender. Definitely the best gift sender in the stream. In the Discord, I mean, in the league. We're starting in 20 seconds here. And we are into qualifying. I broke my TV this week. Driving it back up from Chicago. I got it back into my apartment and I turned it on and it was cracked. Super sad. I got a little tiny shrinky dink TV on now. Really bumps me out. Won't impact my excitement though. I still got big TV excitement. Thank you, Sky. I have 3 broken TVs now sitting in my living room. My roommate came home and he's like, "Oh, you got another TV?" I'm like, "No, I just broke another one." The opposite. I got a little TV graveyard. Welcome to qualifying in Brazil. I'm going to do my best to actually pay attention to this one because it is important. It is the last one. I won't do a full welcome just yet. I'll wait till the race starts for that, but we are underway. For the last qualifying session of the season. Very emotional. Robert coming out on mediums. We have our 2 Williams leading the pack out onto the circuit today, getting their first laps in. I think these 2 may like to have a nice, clear, and open grid. Maybe the reasoning for hopping out first. This is Sick Boy trailing just a little behind his teammate Steph. As Steph begins our last hot lap at Interlagos. Beautiful, beautiful track. Obviously very iconic track. Provided quite a lot of excitement in the past years for its finales. I'm not sure Steph was obviously invalidating that lap. I'm not sure if he was trying to slow down to help Sick Boy out on this flyer. But if he was, I'm not sure when he's going to, because it didn't help him out on the first straight. We'll see where Sick Boy goes regardless. He will be our first hot lap entered, provided no invalidation. Already got a couple yellow flags coming out in those cold tires. And now he'll get a little slipstream from his Williams teammate. And he's flying in. First time is a 107.3 for the driver championship leader. Mirko will come in next at 108. Kind of the kid coming in at just a tenth behind Sick Boy. Now our times are starting to roll in. We have Skadster with a very good lap. Robert doesn't get a good one on. He's at 108.9. JKS Racing hops in between them in there at 5th. Jack Gibbo, he comes in with the 107.7 in the Mercedes. Unfortunately, don't have my buddy Dark on the call with me today. He is enjoying a nice family holiday, although he still is in my DMs letting me know what lap times we can expect to see and how our race is impacting the current standings. I believe that was... I think that was Steph who just got in there right now with a 107.9. And Dark was predicting, Cole was epic, goes 178, pretty nice time for him. Dark was predicting 107 Polish, maybe a 106 high, which, knowing the way things have gone, probably will happen. I'm guessing we will crack into that 106. Robert on the mediums. Going for his 3rd lap on these mediums. Speaking with Sky before the race, Sky, Haas driver, has to sit out this one. Does think that his teammate Burrows has a legitimate chance to make some waves in this race as he goes 176. That's good enough for 4th place. Terramax and Connor Kidd in 3rd and 2nd respectively, and already time's getting pretty close. I mean, we have about a driver occupying each 10th from 1073 to 1079, and these are just on our first out laps, or our first hot laps, so drivers will definitely be improving those, and I'm guessing they will be getting squished further and further together. We'll be taking an eye on Robert this race. Okay, he's going into the pits. Probably will take his turn on the sauce now. He's got 12 minutes left. I think we all know watching what is at stake in this race as Infamous comes across in P12. Robert is, I believe, 8 or 9 points behind Sick Boy. Basically, Robert would need to win and have Sick Boy finish P9 or so to get a Drivers' Championship, and they are the only 2 drivers eligible for a championship. So it's come down to a 2-horse race here at Brazil. Great that it's the last race and we haven't gotten the title secured, neither the Drivers' Championship nor the Constructors' Championship. It's been a long, close battle in both, which is incredible for our first season. Really all you could expect. Robert's still in the pits, as is Sick Boy. We have a lot of guys on this grid now who can challenge Sick Boy for pole. We saw Terramax take pole last week. Connor Kidd is obviously only a 10th behind Sick Boy, and this whole season really seems to have had similar pace. And then also Mirko down there, who's currently sitting in P10, but he's managed to frighten the pole sitter quite often in this second half of the season. But really, for Sick Boy, it is just all about having a safe race. No disaster. And he should have the inaugural VFL Season 1 win. Going across for another hot lap. Sick Boy is. We will stay on board with him, as I believe Robert is making his way across the line shortly. So we'll stay on with Sick Boy, see what time he can get, if he can improve that pole of 1073. And so far it looks like he's taking this lap pretty flawlessly. We'll see where he's at on his Sector 2 time. Oh. And I'm not sure, was this Steph's turn to take the hot lap? It might have been what's going on there. We'll watch Robert go on his first hot lap with soft tires. See what type of time he can throw up there on his first run. Not a whole lot of movement in the quality times right now. Oh, as I say that, Steph does get P4, so I think Sick Boy did bin his own lap to help his teammate get up there in the top 5. Robert coming across now. He's going to improve, but not enough. He's in P8 now, still behind both Mercedes drivers, which I'll credit to them. Quite a little surprise. Mercedes obviously been a bit inconsistent this season just in terms of attendance and drivers. I do think Cole and Jack have raced multiple times now in that Mercedes car and have done quite well both times, so happy to see them get some consistency. We're back on with Sick Boy now, who is most likely going for another hot lap. Oh no. I'm sorry. I've been invalidated. Robert, 10th down on his Sector 2 time. We'll stay on board with him. Come on, Rob. Get it on there. Seven minutes left about in qualifying, and Robert will go just up one. He's sandwiched behind the Mercedes. He'll need to take one more pit and pull out some last-second heroics, which Robert has had a knack for the dramatic in qualifying. I can remember 2 or 3 times where he has slapped his personal best big one at the very final seconds. So nothing out of the realm of possibility for Robert here, although once again it does seem like Sick Boy just gets out there, first lap, second lap, sets pole, and then the rest of the session is the grid trying to catch him, which oftentimes they do. Terramax right now, our pole sitter from last week, future Ferrari driver. He'll go on another hot lap, see if he can hop a spot or two. And I believe, do we just have Scads there jump up to P4? It's a really, really great showing for AlphaTauri. If they can hold it, 3 and 4, I believe that would be their best race of the season. Our fill-in for Adam Brett in the Alpine is, I believe, JDM, which to my knowledge is a new racer in VFL. So quite a time to get the call as Alpine and Williams battle it out in this last race for the Constructors title. Will be very interesting to see how JDM can race, considering we know that Robert and Adam Brett had quite a lot of team comms going on throughout the race. Terramax had a good lap going there, but gets it invalidated. JKS racing in the Ferrari. He's coming across the line, and he'll hop up quite a few spots. He'll go into the top 10, P9 to be specific. And time is beginning to run down. Pitt in the Red Bull has also been a fairly new driver that's come in with quite impressive pace. Just has had some tough races, been in the middle of a lot of physical battles that have not ended up his way. Empathize with that, but we'll see if he can make the race a little bit easier on him today by trying to get up past that midfield in our qualifying. Believe he's got a personal best going in this lap. He does, but not by much, so we'll see if he can really whip something out in Sector 3. He does not. Whips himself out off the track. And what hot laps do we have to watch right now? Steph is about to begin one. Gonna take a moment here to catch up on any talk I've been missing in the Discord. Okay, I'm back to attention. Not sure if Sick Boy's got a hot lap. He does not. Connor going into the pits. How much time is left in this session? That may be starting to cut it a little close, I believe. How's Robert doing? He's still in the pits himself. Get away there, little yellow graphic. Trying to see what time it is, bro. 3 minutes left. Thank you. Jeebus. Got sectors 1, 2, 3, and 4 yellow flags, it feels like. Steph does not set a personal best. He may be going for one now. And once again, Sick Boy's first lap is the lap to beat. Happens quite often. Mirko here down in P13. He'll try to get a lap together. I would really think he'd be able to improve on this time, since he has been one of the best qualifiers in the league so far this season. P13, not where you expect him to end up in the final qualifying session of Season 1. His teammate B-Rob out this week, got a win, will be the reserve driver. Robert Dees, you can see, is out on his outlap. He's got... yeah, I believe... no, he may have 2 laps left in him. Mirko is setting a personal best. He goes right on the edge of that final corner. Hangs in there, though. Keeps it nice. And not too tight on this final turn. Wonder if that will cost him. It's not going to be a pole, but it will be a P11. Just up 3/10 more or less. Again, I would expect he's still got a little more pace in him if he can hit his theoretical best in this session. Here we go, Robert. I'm cheering for you, man. Robert will begin. I wish I could see how much time was left in the session. 1:23. So, assuming he puts a competitive time in this lap, doesn't bin it too bad or anything like that, he will have one more lap after this as well to put a time in. But you don't want to be leaving it for then. You want to stick it on right here in this lap. I believe, who's that? I think Steph just popped up in P3. He did. What a lap from Steph, man. Steph's form seems to be getting only stronger here in the second half of the season. I know he's got a lot of confidence going into Season 2, and perhaps for good reason. He has been picking it up for the Williams lately. Robert is 1/10.5 down from his personal best. That will move him up, but not nearly as much as he would want. You know what? It actually may, because there's not a lot of separation between P8 and P3 even. He goes P2! Oh! What a lap from Robert, and we have our 2 drivers, championship leaders now starting on the front grid just as you like it. Connor Kidd will not get another chance to respond. Terramax is on a hot lap. Let's see if he has anything to say about it. But as it stands, just a massive lap from Robert in the Alpine. Once again to get himself in the fight, if not for the driver's title, for at least this race. Big laps from Robert. Other than that, we have Connor Kidd in P3. Steph is finished this session in P4. Terramax, like I said, is finishing up on this last hot lap right now, and he's got 2/10s down on his personal best, which may be scaring pole position or splitting Sick Boy and Robert. Let's see where he goes. There's 400s to slip in between Robert and Sick Boy. Where does he go? Right in between there. He does split the front row. And Terramax will grab P2. Great performances from him last week and follows it through in the final race. Just going one or about 200ths slower than Sick Boy on pole there. Massive laps from Robert and Terramax, but Terramax eking it out just by a bit. And there is our grid for our final race of the season. All right. And for constructors, Williams certainly having the upper hand right now, starting in P1 and P5, Alpine in P3. Then, where do we get JDM? He's back down in P15. Not sure how much use that will be for Robert. Strategically, we have one driver starting on the mediums. That's Chills, way down there in last. Aside from that, what a gap between pole and second place. Incredible stuff from Sick Boy, of course, to set that on his first outlap. But Terramax, incredible stuff. I think it's time for me to go grab a beer before we kick this finale off. Very excited. Season 1, Race 12. Alright, gonna check the comments, check the Discord, do a little sound check. We're about all set. I don't have a bottle opener, so I gotta use a sharp edge here. And we are off on our formation lap. Brazil, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Season 1, Race 12, finale. Interlagos in Brazil. Sick Boy leading the Drivers' Championship by, whatever, 8 or 9 points. I can't remember what it is, but Dark's got me on live standing, so I'm not stressing. Sick Boy starting on pole here. Robert, his championship rival, doing quite a fantastic job to get himself competitive there in the last seconds, but not as impressive as Terramax in the AlphaTauri, putting himself in P2 on the front row for the second week in a row. Connor the Kid in P4. Man, quite some competition. Again, Steph in P5 with some really impressive laps. We are coming to you live once again from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a big football game going on in the state of Wisconsin today. The Green Bay Packers taking on the undefeated Arizona Cardinals, and I died for the Packers, but let me tell you what, when I woke up this morning, I was thinking about this race right here. I was thinking about this finale, this Drivers' Championship, this Constructors' Championship, all the drama, the twists and turns that's gone into it. How will it finally unfold? I'm very excited to find out. Very excited to watch this race. Very saddened to have to leave the VFL calendar for a couple weeks, but season 2 will be back better than ever. I'm sure of it. And we are just moments away now from our last 5 lights of the season. Let's start on board with Robert here. He's got a lot of work to do back in P3. He's got a nice view of his championship rival, the championship leader, Sick Boy, ahead. And we are all set. 5 lights on my screen. They're not out on their screen yet. Always a bit of a lag. But here we go. Robert does get a good jump on Terramax. I think he may have a go at him. But right now it's going to be even. Connor goes on the inside of Robert and Terramax goes on the inside of Sick Boy. Sick Boy down to P3. No, Sick Boy's out. Sick Boy spun up. Sick Boy's tumbling down the grid. Is he okay? He's got to get his car back in shape. Oh no, that's exactly what he couldn't have happened. He's back in P19 and Robert's in P2. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all that matters right now. As it stands, Robert has just taken back the championship lead as Sick Boy will need to pull off a recovery drive for the ages. I'm not sure who did it to him. There was a lot of gutsy moves going on in that turn 1, but Sick Boy is the one that goes off the track, and he is going to have to make his way back. I want to stay on top, but this is the drive to watch now. He's already moved up 2 positions into P17, and he is not going to stop anytime soon. This is a driver on a mission, a second back from infamous AIM in P17. At the top, everyone within a second, very close. Going to be a very long train here. And Burrow's making an outside move on Mercedes. He's going to be able to pull that off. And I think that is the only move going right now. We'll work our way back down to the championship leader. Championship leader going into this race. Meanwhile, Connor getting the edge on Robert. He's going to pull ahead. We've got a win going up on the Mercedes. Oh no, and we've got a little bit of a messed up grid. I'm going to try to just manually keep track of everything going on here. Sick Boy racing with the Aston Martin, not what he wants. He does not want to be held up in this midfield grid. He's got a lot higher aspirations. He's going to look to make another move on the inside of Felipe, and he is cruising through this backfield just as well as you would expect him to do. It is a thing of beauty from Sick Boy right now, and I'm hoping to not miss much of it, but there is a lot of action, a lot of close battles going on at the top, and they deserve our attention too. Burrows 2/10 back from Steph, and he'll look to make a move on our straight as DRS is activated. Here he goes. He's got an easy slipstream, lots and lots of speed going into the straight. He'll be able to pull up alongside him on the outside. Now, who can outbrake who? Burrows does get the deeper turn and pulls that off flawlessly. No contact, no issues from the Haas on that one, moving up to P4. Meanwhile, Sick Boy, he's in P14 now behind Chills, P13. Not quite sure what just happened there. Oh, we have Pitt and the McLaren going side by side, and that's about to get a little bit messy. Cameroon nearly flies off, and he comes back on and makes a little bit of contact with Mirko. Elbows out in this last race. You'd expect nothing less. This is all they've got it. Chills going on a little bit of dive bomb on Cameroon and the McLaren. But Cameroon is not letting it slide. He's on medium tires. Chill's trying to outbrake him with these softs, as it looks like he does have the confidence and ability to do it. And now Sick Boy is going to make the move on Cameroon, taking advantage of that sloppy battle between the Haas and McLaren. Cameroon will look to stick himself right back in front of Sick Boy, but Sick Boy has the pace. He will be able to get the pass off. He will have DRS. Oh, let me turn all this shit on. It's been too... Woo! Cameroon making a move up the inside. Oh, and he pushes Sick Boy wide. And this is just playing with fire for Sick Boy's race right now. He cannot go off the track again, or else it would be disaster. And yet at the same time, he's got to put in some hard racing. Man, I'm sorry, I feel like I've missed this battle at the top. Connor Kidd in P1, Teramax behind, and Robert in P3. But it's because we've got Sick Boy to keep track of as he burrows his way through that midfield. Some gaps starting to form, but overall still mostly nice and neat on the grid. Going back down to Sick Boy as it looks like he may have a go at it. Oh no, and who is that off? I believe that's Mirko. Mirko lost traction on that corner and goes straight into the wall. That will move everyone behind him up one, and now Sick Boy will have a big speed advantage on Cameroon. Hopefully he can make this nice and clean. No issues from Cameroon. I'm hoping that Sick Boy has the clear pace advantage. And there it is, Sick Boy on his way up in P12. He's already jumped 7 spots since that lap 1 incident. Mirko getting a 3-second penalty there. Oh no, and Sick Boy, he's made his way up to P11 just like that. Not sure what happened with Infamous, but he did get passed by Sick Boy. And I can't believe how just 4 laps ago at the start of the race it looked like complete disaster for Sick Boy, and suddenly it's already looking a lot more manageable. Now he's just in P11. Steph making a move on Burrows. Very well done. He'll look to take this inside. Can he keep it clean and on the track? Yes, he can. Perfectly done from Steph as he takes the pass on Burrows. Meanwhile, got to win. He's just a 10th back from Burrows. He's looking to join the fray. Can he make something happen? No, not quite, but Burrows will look to respond. He's got the pace advantage on Steph on this straight, and he'll go on the inside, outbreak Steph, and Steph won't be able to respond just yet. Burrows does have to go a little bit deep into the latter part of that Senna S, as Steph will look to come out of it much faster and move back into P3. Fantastic racing from Steph and Burrows, and I don't think it's anywhere near finishing. Got to win, still right on both of their tails. Keeping an eye on Sick Boy, he's moved up to P10, but we've got some other racing to watch. Burrows just a 10th back from Steph. Steph with 3 seconds ahead of him until our front three with Robert, Teramax, and Connor, who are all holding at about a half second between each other. Oh, taking a little beverage break. And these three have put a little bit more space between them than before, but it's still just 2 tenths, just relative to how close they were last lap. It looks like quite a lot. Godwin does fall behind just a little bit here as Burrows stays right on Steph's tail, and that's good news for him. He'll look to take the inside coming out of the Senna, as does he have the braking control to do it. No, he doesn't, and he clips Steph's back end and almost loses it. He doesn't, he does, and he goes into the wall. So does Godwin. JKS Racing makes it past. Does anybody get caught up in the carnage? Oh no, and we have penalties for Pitt and Darsan. I believe those should be removed. But a safety car is brought out as the racing between Steph and Burrows just gets too physical for the Haas to hold on to, and he slides off the track into the wall. Alright, I'm checking my DM. Oh, wait, shit. I'm checking my DMs from Dark, and I might have missed something, apparently. I'm sorry, dude. There's just so much action. Also, disrespectful calling me a drunk commentator. This is one light beer, sir. We got the whole grid pitting under this safety car. Yeah, I know Sick Boy is still, like, winning, because... Oh boy, Cameroon did not pit, nor did Darsan. So that's why Roberts dropped back to 5th. You know what? This safety car is brought to you by... Oh, you know what? I'm just looking at this Stella right now, and it's a Belgian beer. Should have had this one for Spa. But regardless, they're the sponsorship for today's safety car. Our first one of the race. Thank you very much, Stella Artura. Couldn't do it without your partnership. We rely very heavily on our sponsors here. And I mean... Man, again, this first lap was the worst disaster for Sick Boy, minus a DNF. He got thrown to the back of the grid. It looked so troublesome for him, and just like that, especially with this safety car being brought in, he's getting brought closer up to the first half of the field. And it's just not even a question. You know that he has the pace to overtake pretty much everyone in front of him. So yes, in case I didn't make it clear, Sick Boy very much back in hold of the Drivers' Championship. He really... Oh! That will not help him. Getting 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags? That's tough. That's really, really tough. I'm not sure if that would get removed. But as it stands, again, Robert needs to finish first. Sick Boy needs to finish, I think, 9th or so. Sick Boy did get a pole point. I won't have the specifics. I'll wait for Dark to let me know towards the end of the race. No specifics? Yep, there's the penalty. That'll be removed. Hopefully there's no damage done. But as of right now, Robert needs to get himself into P1. And then cross his fingers. Alright. Alright, let me pull up the stream, see what comments we got. Is the safety car in this lap? I don't think so. Oh, safety car is in this lap. My bad. I was checking the comments. Look at Terramax making a move on the inside of Cameroon. Cameroon yet to pit. He's probably struggling on those tires as Robert easily make his way past him as well. Let's see if Steph can do the same now. Oh, Cole looking to make a move on Steph, and Cameroon looking to make a move on Robert. Getting a bit messier than I expected. Robert will have to fight for that back, and Steph too. Sick Boy is on the back of Steph now, and there's contact between Robert and Cole. A bit of swerving, but both the Williams drivers managed to avoid it. Right now, Sick Boy gets past his teammate Steph. Will probably look to let him go through without much issue as the Ferrari does sneak in past Steph as well. So Steph losing some positions on this restart. Meanwhile, Connor Kidd right on the back of Darsan. Darsan still yet to pit this race. Connor Kidd will have the advantage and get by him easily as long as there are no shenanigans, which there are not. Will Darsan go into pit? No, he's staying out on these medium runners. Meanwhile, Robert making a move past Cameroon as Cameroon lost his battery power for the end of this lap, and there's contact with Cameroon. Robert looking to get away from him as best he can, but the tires keep touching. And now Sick Boy's gonna look to take advantage and go on the inside of Cameroon and maybe even poke Robert. Here we have our driver contenders going back to front right now. Let's hang on with this view as we see if Sick Boy, sent to the back of the grid on lap 1, can make it past his Drivers' Championship rival 10 laps later. Terramax did get past Darsan as well. Again, not too unexpected, seeing as Darsan's still on those old medium tires. Sick Boy really doesn't need to be too aggressive here. He doesn't need to make any dive bomb moves that may give Robert a bit of luck, as long as he can just stay behind him, wait for a good exit and DRS and slipstream like he's about to receive here. A move would be much easier. Let's see if he has it in him now. There's no DRS yet because of the safety car. Connor Kidd sets fastest lap. Now we get DRS back on. Steph making a move back on the Ferrari, but I'm going to hang on with Sick Boy here as he gets DRS coming up out of the Senna S's. Robert will look to swerve to the inside to break that slipstream, and it might have worked. He'll secure the inside and now move back into the racing line to block Sick Boy from making any bit of a cheeky move. But the race is still on. Sick Boy racing so well right now, not losing any time behind Robert in this dirty air. And nothing going quite yet. Robert will most likely have an opportunity to pass Darsan as well on this next straight, which would make things a little more interesting. You would think that our medium runners would have to start eyeing the pit lane sooner rather than later, as they have been on these mediums for double-digit laps now. It's actually just Cameroon and Darsan who are hanging on to those mediums. Probably a couple more laps in them, if not 3 or 4. Here goes Sick Boy. He's 2/10ths back from Robert, but Robert is even with Darsan as he makes the lunge on the inside, and Sick Boy will now have to take on Darsan before he can get to Robert. He probably will, coming out of this chicane with the DRS. Very well done by Sick Boy, and he's going to have a lot of pace coming down the outside of Robert. Surely no move to be made yet here, but Darsan will fall back behind them both in P4. There's a lot of action going on elsewhere, but as we know, the championship is being decided in this race, in this battle. So I'm going to hang on here, as up at the top, our top 3 drivers have 2 seconds between each of them. Mirko has climbed his way back up. He's in P9, and now he's making a move on Cameroon, which he should be able to do around the outside. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but Mirko's not going to let up. Cameroon won't either, sending him to the outside of the track. He's still got the speed advantage. Can he look to make a move inside? Cameroon's just holding him up a bit. He'll wait, play it patient until he has a much easier go of it on this straight. Shouldn't be much of a contest from Cameroon at this point, at least I hope not. Mirko's got more speed, although he doesn't. Cameroon manages to hold out and stick in front. There's another 3 seconds for Sick Boy. That's massive. That's 8 seconds total in penalties for Sick Boy, and I'm not sure if those are going to be removed. Could end up costing him quite a lot when these final results are tallied. Mirko looking to make a move still on Cameroon. He hasn't been able to get it done. Very defensive driving from the McLaren driver, but nothing that I can see illegal quite yet. We do have a yellow flag coming up in this sector. I'm not sure who that would be. Don't see anyone. Look at the Ferrari going on the inside of the Alfa Romeo. He looks to snap back and do it again on the next turn. Mirko's involved in a battle of his own for a position, but meanwhile he's got a Ferrari nudging him at the back, and the pressure will send Mirko off. He takes a reset. It's been made clear that is not allowed. That's going to be a big penalty for Mirko, as well as a big loss of position as he takes his second tumble off the race. Look at Pitt swerving with JDM, trying to get past him. He does. JDM won't have a response for that, and Pitt will snag P11. Meanwhile, still action up at 8, 9, 10 as Cameroon looks to get that spot back on the Ferrari. Above him, we have a lot more space. Mirko will have to pit from that damage, and his race has been shaken up quite a lot. Meanwhile, Sick Boy still 6/10ths back from Robert. It doesn't look like he's been trying to make too many aggressive moves on the Alpine driver, which to my estimation does serve him best, although he does have these penalties to worry about. He's got easily the most on the grid, double digits of them, and again, I don't know if those are going to get removed at all. Got to win. We'll like to make a move on our straight. He's less than a 10th back on Cameroon, but I've watched Cameroon enough this race. He's going into the pits. I was going to say that he won't make it easy, but he makes it easy as can be as he dives in to the pits for his first pit stop. Who is the battle to watch now? There's got to be someone. Steph, just a half second back. Oh no, Robert and Sick Boy are going to wheel, and Robert catches the edge of Sick Boy's car. He spun off again. He'll have to spin his car around and get back on without making any contact of passing drivers, and it's happened again. Sick Boy now back down in P8, and his tires are a bit shot. He's got 13 seconds of penalties left, and I have no idea how this will end. Sick Boy has been taken on a roller coaster this race. Not sure what is going through his head at the time. If he's pissed off, I wish I would have caught more of that racing between Robert and Sick Boy. Can't believe I didn't, but would have loved to seen how Sick Boy got thrown off the track there. And Sick Boy's going to have to defend from a racy Alfa Romeo that has got better looking tires than him. Sick Boy does not have any DRS. He doesn't have any slipstream. Does he have a chance to hold on to P8? They're going too wide. And it does look like Godwin will take him around the outside, but now Sick Boy cuts back beautifully on the second S, and he'll hold on to P8. Just a great move from Sick Boy, and he'll say, have fun fighting a battle of your own, as Pitt makes his move on Godwin. Godwin, just like that, makes a move on P8 and is dropped back down to P10. That's how it goes when you get aggressive on good drivers. There's always a chance that you overextend, as is what looks to happen there with Godwin. Meanwhile, Connor the Kid is enjoying 6 seconds of fresh air in first place. An incredible race from him. Terramax just as well. He's got 2.5 seconds of fresh air in P2. And Robert, after getting rid of his driver's championship rival, has got no one to battle at the moment. Gonna need to see some replays from that exchange. Steph eyeing up a move on Darsan. It's not going to be a turn 1, but it might be after turn 3 here. Coming out of the Senna S, he will have the slipstream and DRS, as Darsan will not. And let's see what the tire situation is. Darsan on 17 lap mediums, the only driver to not pit yet this race, as Steph on 9 lap mediums will have an advantage, but can he make it work? Sick Boy once again back in P8 now. And this is our train for lap 18. We have P4, 5, 6, and 7 very close together with a little bit of space ahead and behind them. Who can make a move and break out of this pack, if anyone? 3 different tires racing against each other now. We have JKS racing in the freshest tires on the softs. He may have a little speed on Cole. He peaks on the inside. Steph, meanwhile, looking on the outside, might look for that snapback as his teammate did before. Meanwhile, Cole Was Epic will be able to break deeper and pull out ahead of the Ferrari. And Sick Boy's got to be a little bit concerned about Pitt making his way back up on him. What's going on here? Steph makes the move on Darsan for P4. I think he just took him on the inside of that tight turn, as the pack does remain very tight. Contact between Cole and Darsan there as Darsan slams on the brakes. Space so hard to come by. Not a surprise that you're getting some carbon fiber bumping into each other. Less than half a second between all of these drivers, as Steph actually does manage to pull away a little bit. Sick Boy 3.5 tenths ahead of Pitt. And a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. Not sure who that would be for. Don't see anyone at the moment. Just taking a walk through the grid here. This JKS Racing, he makes the move on Cole around the outside. Now they'll flip to the inside, as there's a lot of opportunity for contact there, which there was. It doesn't take a lot to send your car off the track. As what happens there is Pitt made the move on Sick Boy, I believe, on that first straight. He's got P7 now, thanks to JK's been off the track. Sick Boy will move up to P8 and look to respond to Pitt. They've got pretty much equal tires here, so it's all coming down to pace and racecraft between these two. Sick Boy, you can tell, is eyeing up that move on the inside of Pitt, but it's not there yet. He'll likely wait for the straight and the DRS that comes along with it. As you can see, only 3 or 4 drivers within DRS of those in front of them at this point in the race. Lap 21, it's gone by very quickly. Only 15 laps left. Connor the Kid leads the race by a very healthy margin. Terramax and Robert follow him behind, and our driver's leader going into this race, Sick Boy, has had quite the go of it today in Brazil as he picks up another 3 seconds trying to make his way past Pitt in P7. Will he be able to? Yes, he's got quite the speed advantage now and will take him on the inside, and I don't think Pitt will have much to respond with at the moment. But these two have been racing close for a few laps now, so keep an eye on it as more DRSs come. Holy cow, little good time for me to take a break. We've only got 2 drivers that are within DRS. Make that 1 now. Dark, if if Robert finishes in P3, what would that mean for Sick Boy? Oh, Sick Boy would need P12. And honestly, that's not out of the question with these penalties. He's got 16 seconds of penalties. I think another safety car may curse Sick Boy here. If the grid gets squished together for the end of the race, he may drop a lot of spots with these penalties, and it may put him in danger of losing this driver's championship. I'm not going to know who to interview after this. I'll have to wait for Dark to tell me who to call. Pitt is still right on the back of Sick Boy. Very, very strong racing from him in the Red Bull. Oh no! And Robert's gotten his first penalty of the race, and it is a big one. Going into the pits, speeding will cost him 5 seconds as Pitt makes the move on his rival Sick Boy. He's not going to give it up. There's going to be some contact between the wheels, and Sick Boy manages to pull ahead in the second half of this S and hang on for 1 turn more. I don't know if Pitt will have the speed here to make this dive bomb, but he might. He's going to give it a go. No, he won't. No, fall back in for Sick Boy. Good racing from Pitt. Could have made something dangerous happen there. Chooses not to and will slot behind him P7. The 5 seconds in Robert is crucial, though. The biggest advantage he had on Sick Boy was those penalties. He's got 5 of them now that will not be removed. Speeding in the pit lane, pretty black and white. Not a lot of arguments to be made there, as far as I know. Darsan makes the move. Okay, got a little bit confusing. I'm sorry. Cole makes the move as Connor, Terramax, and Sick Boy all come into pit. Okay. Just gotta find times to take breathers, you know? Look at Terramax going on JDM. Terramax with those fresh softs will be looking to clear any old runners on the grid, like some 15 lap hards as he does there with no issue. Oh, JDM does hold on to the lead for now, but Terramax will have the superior grip going. Okay. Terramax, very smart and savvy driving from him as JDM took a quite an ugly dive bomb there that could have taken Termax out if he wasn't aware of that. Some penalties being served in the pit lane now, I believe. Robert did pick up fastest lap. That's very important for him and his championship hopes if he still has them. He's in P2 now, just behind Connor by 4.5 seconds. Mirko, he's right behind JDM. Can he make a move? Mirko, an incredible overtaker. I'm going to stay on to see if he can show us some of it in the last race of the season. Here we go. Just a 10th back from JDM. It won't be here, but it may be... No, JDM covering that inside the whole way, not giving him anything. So Mirko will try to go on the outside and secure the inside for this turn, but JDM is going to take a little bit of a spin, and he'll lose P5. He'll lose P4 and P5 now as Steph looks to get in on the action. He'll slot back into P6, but now he gets a better exit. He has to brake a little to not run into the Alpine. And Mirko will secure P4 and most likely be able to hold that with those fresh softs. Steph now making a fantastic move on the inside of JDM. There he goes into P5. Oh, Steph making a mega move. On top of Mirko. No! What happened to Connor? Oh, I think it's the grid. The grid is getting a little bit confused, but we did not have any changes there. It is still Connor 1, Robert 2. Robert picks up 3-second warnings. That's very painful. As Cole was epic, he makes the move on the inside of JDM, but he pushes him off, goes sliding across the circuit. How is he going to rejoin safely here? And just like that, I suppose. Not bad. JDM has 17 lap hards, and that's why he's getting past so much. It makes sense, and yet he's just not giving it up easy as maybe as it should be when you have such a pace disadvantage. He is sticking his elbows out to every driver that gets in his area, which has costed some drivers some time, some damage, and some tire wear. Sick Boy will take the DRS and slipstream around Gotta Win and easily make the pass for P8. He does still have 11 seconds of penalty now, so he did serve some. Honestly, not sure if that's good or bad for him at this point. Here goes Cole again. What a recovery from Cole, making an overtake just at the start of the next lap, and he does it quite well. No contact there. Gets into the corner well before JDM in the Alpine, and he'll take P6. Great driving from Cole. Gadster picking up 3-second penalties. JDM goes on a swerve seat. Now Sick Boy's going to take the inside. Can he do it cleanly? Yes, he does. And this Alpine is giving everyone all sorts of trouble around the circuit, though no severe collisions caused yet. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 1. I'm not sure why that would be. Mirko in the pits. Robert still holds the fastest lap with 8 laps left to go. And suddenly, right here is about the only bit of battling that we have. Mirko on those fresh softs. We'll be looking to get past Cameroon rather quickly. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Right here, though, we have 5/10 between JDM Gotta Win and JKS Racing. We'll stay on board with Gotta Win and see if he can get past this Alpine, who is without a DRS or a slipstream. It's not a terribly long straight. It's not as easy of a checkered flag straight as there are in other tracks. Godwin will have to slow down a little bit, and you could see that coming, couldn't you? These three will collide. There will be lots of damage. Godwin will be taken out of the race. Lots of penalties being brought out. Another safety car. And Sick Boy is not the only one in the FIA's Naughty Boys Club. We've got Robert with 8 seconds of penalties now, Cole with 10, Sick Boy back down to 11, JDM with 9, and JKS Racing with 12. I always try to preserve some Sick Boy will go into pit here. I always try to remain impartial in calling these, especially with the incidents when you see drivers get taken out of the race. I'm just thankful we have an on-stream replay of that one, as that was quite unfortunate going into a turn one. It looked like Godwin had, it didn't look like, he had a speed advantage on JDM on the straight, without a doubt. A massive speed advantage. JDM seemed to brake check Godwin a bit. He threw his car onto the inside, and then JDM just wouldn't leave the door open for the rest of that turn, which took the Alfa Romeo out as well. I mean, there was spare parts flying everywhere on the track there. I'm not sure who really got caught up in that. Regardless, we do have a safety car at this point. Now, I don't want to spoil this race for you, but Connor Kidd has been in first nearly the whole damn thing and has not picked up any penalties. I'm already anxious over how confused I'll be when this race ends. I really thought everyone would cross the line. I would be like, congratulations to X for winning the championship. But, I mean, what, Roberts only got 3 seconds? Did he serve that in the pit? Yeah, he did. He had 8 seconds before. So he served that speeding in the pit lane penalty, which is really good for him. He didn't lose a spot. So Robert down to 3 seconds. Sick Boy down to 6 seconds. He's served a lot of his now. He's in P10. What do you mean 7 seconds removed, Dark? Like he removed those by serving those, right? Because he was at 13 seconds. Robert was at 8 seconds, and I think Sick Boy served 7, and Robert served 5. From what I can tell. What? Yeah, but those penalties were warranted, I'm pretty sure. Like, he should have served them. So I don't know if he's getting anything. Yeah, Robert got a fair 5 seconds. I know that. Right. So Robert got a fair penalty. He served his fair penalty. I'm pretty sure Sick Boys were legit penalties too that he's serving. This safety car is brought to you by the Milwaukee Bucks, baby. NBA World Champs 2020, about to repeat in 2021. Thank you very much, Milwaukee Bucks, for sponsoring this safety car. Couldn't do it without you. Okay, I'm getting word from our FIA representative that 7 seconds will be removed from Sick Boy's finishing time. Robert's still in P3, though he will jump Cole most likely once those 10 seconds are assessed. We're back to racing, and it's the last time we are. Mirko making a move on the outside of Steph. Can he hold it? No, there's contact as Pitt gets in the middle of it, and he spins. JDM takes the spot, and now Sick Boy will look to make a move on all three of them up here. Here he goes. He'll have a go at Pitt, I believe. That's a risky move, Sick Boy. He doesn't stick to it, and maybe for the best, as elbows are certainly going to be thrown out in the last 3 laps of the season here. We got some movement up at P3, P4, P5, but again, I am focused on this championship battle. Robert has jumped into P2. He got past Cole on that restart in the first sector. That's big for him. If he wants a chance to win this championship, he may need to finish P1 certainly on track. And it's not out of the question for him, as he's just 4/10ths back from Connor. Meanwhile, Sick Boy's got to watch his back, as Burrows is just 2/10ths back from him. We'll stay on board with P1 and P2 and see if Robert can make a move for race lead in our final race of Brazil. Watch Mirko, he's making a move for P6. There goes Robert on the inside. These two race wheel to wheel, no touching yet. There's no contact. It's just good racing. There's some touching. Robert loses his car just a little bit, but it won't cost him. He'll be able to stay within DRS range and not lose any spots. Here goes Cole, peeking the outside of turn max. That's not there. Meanwhile, the Ferrari trying to make a move on Mirko. Mirko, how is he back up here? Pitt and Sick Boy going wheel to wheel. This time, Sick Boy will have the advantage. There was a little bit of contact that shoved Sick Boy off, and now he'll be back in P10. It's the same time Sick Boy thought about it last lap, and now he goes on the inside for this tight turn. There's contact every single chicane between these two, as neither drivers will relent. Sick Boy does fall behind back at P10, as Pitt sticks to the outside of this track, giving nothing to Sick Boy. Burrows, don't forget about him. He's right on the back of Sick Boy, making contact with his back wheel 2 times there, and there goes Tarzan on the inside of Burrows. He takes out Sick Boy. He takes out Sick Boy. Sick Boy stays on the track, though. He hangs on. He loses a few spots. He's just back down in P13, but how is he not incurring any damage? Sick Boy with another battle that finds him going off the track but not ruining his race. Incredible control from Sick Boy and incredible drama in Brazil in our final 2 laps. Sick Boy now has a lot of work to do in these last 2 laps. P13. Robert has got a half-second gap on P2. He's in P1 now. He does have 3 seconds to his name, assessed once the race is done. Sick Boy, remember, he will have 7 seconds taken off his time most likely, so he will be jumping quite a lot. Terramax, he's just a 10th back from Connor. It's not going to go there. Penultimate lap, our last chance for a long DRS straight. Who's going to have the speed and the guts and the composure to make a move going into turn 1 here? Mirko looks to have a go up in P6, but we're staying here. P13 on the back of the grid, but the top of the driver's table. Terramax, meanwhile, battling with Connor the Kid for P2. It looks like Terramax will come out ahead. Sick Boy pulling ahead of Infamous. He'll have no problem coming out in P12. He has over a 1.5 seconds till Cameroon. That will be very tough to make up on this last lap. Burrows looking to have a go, but we're going to check up on the front of the grid. Connor just a couple tenths back, and Steph, who's been having a great race. He's still in P4 with, of course, the Steph special, no penalties at all to his name. Burrows poking on the back of pit, nearly clips him there, but doesn't, and he'll be hungry for a move still, I'm sure. Sick Boy still a second and a half back from P11, so not much of a chance for him to make it. And this is our final lap of VFL Season 1, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. Burrows looking to make a last lap move on the Red Bull, but will he be able to? He goes on the inside and pulls out. Will look to make the move on the exit here, and does. Meanwhile, Robert coming across the line in P1. Is it enough? Does he have the Drivers' Championship wheel to wheel across the line with these two, Mirko and Cole? I believe Mirko got across the line first. Sick Boy will jump up to P9, and does he really have 7 seconds removed? Did Sick Boy win the championship? He needed... Ooh! I'm gonna need some help from my FIA representative here as we see Robert celebrating. No, I'm sorry. Connor gets the trophy on the screen. The penalty-free racer will hold P1 on the podium. Steph in P2. I didn't quite see... Oh, that's Robert, of course, in P3. Sick Boy does hold on to the championship through this roller coaster of a race. Time after time, it looked like Sick Boy was done for, thrown off the track over and over, but he does manage to hold on, secure a P9 finish with more time to be removed. Sick Boy in the Williams takes the inaugural VFN Drivers Season Championship. Surely no one sicker, and certainly no one quicker. The Brit in the Williams secures the first championship win. Congratulations, as his team Williams also secures the constructors when they go for the sweep. An incredible drive from Steph there to get P2 in the last race. I believe his best finish, and what a final race. Incredible stuff from so many drivers, namely Sick Boy. Congratulations. I'll look to join the chat now. Gonna see if I can link up and get a winner's interview. Ooh! What a roller coaster of a race. Here we go. Wait. Oh my gosh, no, I have to invite Sick Boy actually. Whoops. Or else my streaming will stop. Come on. Oh my gosh, guys, come on. You need to join my party. Let's try to get Robert in here. We'll invite. Where's Steph? Oh, Steph's appearing offline. Join the party. There we go. Who's here? Wait, hold up. Is this Sick Boy or is this Robert? I don't even know. Hey, okay, we got both of you. Okay. Okay, yeah, well, one of y'all can also hear the stream in the background. I'm echoing. Man, congratulations. I got a lot of questions. First off, walk us through what happened on turn one, Sick Boy. I didn't quite catch it. I just saw you off the track. Do you know, was anyone responsible? Was it just a slip up on your part? Yeah. Yep. Wait, I gotta jump in though. Dark is letting me know. I think you guys have a setting on that stops voice sharing, so you're not coming through on the stream.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you go into party? Well, let me make sure we can hear Rob. Rob? I'm waiting for Dark. Dark, let me know if we can hear Rob. So you go into party, and then party settings, and then allow your voice to be shared.
Hope.
Yeah, I don't know. Dark is still saying. Oh wait, no. We got a yes now. Okay. Awesome. Okay, well, I'll act like y'all just got in here. Welcome. Fantastic race. Sick Boy, very excited to speak with you, but since you may be out of breath, Robert, let's start with you. How was that race for you? Did you think you had a shot at it? Were you paying attention to where Sick Boy was on the grid during your race, or were you just staying focused on your own?
No, I was checking my map the whole race. I could see him with the whole map in around P10 or so. That'd be around P3, so I needed to catch up to Connor Kid, but I didn't really have the pace. And I was also a lap down on fuel, so I really needed a safety car, but at the same time, Sick Boy will catch up, which he did. And then I got a 3-second penalty, which ultimately just cost me the championship.
Sick Boy, I feel like I'm pretty sure every race you've either finished on the podium or off the track. Is it DNF the only ones you cross the line? No, that's just facts. I think you've gotten podiums every race except for the ones. And so was there ever a moment in these, I think you had 2 or 3 spinouts, where you thought you were going into the wall hard enough to DNF, or did you think that you had good chances to control in each incident?
Nah, to be honest, for all of the incidents, I knew that it wasn't going to be wing damage, and I was so happy that it wasn't, because they were like really minor spins, and I just knew that it would just be track time, luckily. If it was one that ended up leading to me losing my wing, I'm sure that Robert would have easily been able to polish up the race, because I got extremely lucky in the fact that it was just a minor spin and I was able to kind of just do a 180 donut and rejoin the track. They just really cost time, really, but there's always that moment when you first start losing the car in which you don't know how bad the incident's going to be, so you just kind of hold your breath and pivot the wheel as far to the opposite direction as you can and just hope for the best, really, and that's all I was doing.
Man, yeah, and you got it. You stayed on track for each of them and then fought your way back up quickly each time. Robert, I'm heartbroken. I can't help but think about last race with that BS qualifying grid penalty, what could have been in this final battle, but a hearty congratulations to Sick Boy. Sick Boy, is it true? Are you leaving the grid after on top?
Oh, wow. I might as well announce it now. Yeah, the rumours are true. I'm going to be joining you in the commentary box for next season, and I hope that Robert can polish up the championship, because there have been so many incidents in which the game has glitched out. Like, if you remember with Italy, there have been so many incidents with both of us that we've ended up being robbed of points because of some sort of glitch, and it was a shame that I wasn't able to vote for the weird grid penalty that Rob got, because I would have voted for it to be removed. I really did think that he should have gotten joint P3 with Seth, and that would have made this race so much more interesting. But even so, I'm really looking forward to next season, which is only starting in about 3 weeks, or maybe even a month.
Yeah,
from now.
Lots of seat changes, whole momentum swings. Robert, how are you feeling getting your ex-wingman back in the cockpit next to you? Are you feeling confident going into next season?
Well, for the constructors, definitely now, yes. It seems like it'll be a very close three-way battle, because I think Ferrari and Alfa both have two very good pairs, Mark O'Connor and E-Rob at Tarmac. So it'll be definitely tricky still for the constructors, but having me and Derek, I think we'll have a very good shot winning that.
Yeah, and I mean, towards the end of the season, there were a lot of drivers that were really giving you guys a run for your money. Terramax, Connor Kidd, obviously pulling out multiple wins in the back half. Mirko, always up there. Even Burrows in the Haas was racing really well. So I'm really excited for Season 2 to see what we can do with a full calendar of races under everyone's belt.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Season 2, especially I think it's the point system with VFL. That if we did the traditional point system, then, you know, the final result for these races would be just so much different than what they are at the moment. Like, the whole idea that, you know, anyone can turn up, and as long as you just turn up, you've already got points. It really, and I've noticed that with VFL, they've got so many more drivers on the grid each race than even these big-time leagues like PSGL have, because of the point system, I think, and it's made incredible, you know, close battles. How many leagues can you say that have come down to the final race between 2 or 3 drivers? And especially that midfield, I was just checking it this morning, and I think it's from P3 down to like P7. There's only a 20-point gap or something, so it's just made such a good season that I just can't wait until to commentate alongside. But I must ask, Peter, what was your reaction to my little scuffle between me and Rob?
Man, it's crazy. That was actually the one that I caught the least out of your incidents. I caught it, I believe, right as you were going on the inside and clipped Robert's back end, right? That's what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely try to remain impartial on in terms of fault. I just caught the end of it, so I was just reacting to the drama of Sick Boy. Did Robert go off there?
No, I wasn't.
No, I ended up.
I'll fully take the blame for it though. I completely squeezed him off.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I mean, it was the same as the other incident Sick Boy encountered, which was just high drama, just making things exciting. It was incredible watching you. Sorry, go say that again, Robert.
That was actually me making contact with Sick Boy on that one as well. It wasn't even clear either.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh yeah, I'm a bit confused about what happened right at the very end, because I think it was about 1 or 2 laps to go. I ended up having another incident. I was down in about P9, and I thought I just need to get as many positions as possible. And that midfield is actually incredibly competitive. You really cannot overtake. You know, I thought that I'd easily be able to just chuck it around the outside of some drivers and hope that they would just get scared into letting me by. But no, literally every single driver was giving me such a hard time to even attempt to overtake. And I think we were 3 wide on the penultimate lap coming out the final corner, and somebody spun me around. I was able, it was such a minor spin that luckily I was able to kind of catch it, but that was the only third spin that I think happened.
Yeah. And Sick Boy, obviously, Drivers' Championship, it's the most flashy, it's the most, like, drama-inducing storyline of the season, but you did also manage to beat out Robert in the Constructors' Championship. Do you want to speak on your teammates' performance this season? Steph really upped his form, I feel, in the second half of the season. How do you feel he helped Williams take home the Constructors?
I mean, it's been incredible. I actually think that Steph's the reason why I even won the Drivers, is because we're always messaging each other on Discord, you know, strategies, and during the race we're always communicating as well, so we're always, you know, trying to help each other out. And he did let me by every time that during this race he said, you know, you have to do it for the Constructors' Championship, so he pulled to one side and just let me race right by him, which saved me about 10 seconds each time. And don't forget the qualifying as well. He's incredible when it comes to these slipstreams that he gives.
Yeah.
And I've been watching every single commentary, and I know that you and Dark always make a comment about the Williams slipstreams, which at times I must admit they've been a bit dirty, because in other leagues you're only allowed to slipstream for like one kind of straight, whereas Steph's like, oh no, don't worry, we will just like cut 2 chicanes and I'll give you a second slipstream. And I'm like, okay, as long as you don't kind of get banned or anything. But seriously, Steph has been such a good teammate. Adam Brett is extremely lucky in the fact that he's got Steph, and even though he had a bit of a poor start to the season, he kind of finished around the midfield a couple of times, and that's why he wasn't really able to kind of fight for the world title. He's been incredible in the second half, and that's really been how we've done the Constructors' Championship, is that he's just stepped up his game to another level. And it wasn't there a podium in Imola, and he's ended up, I think, getting another podium today. So it's just been incredible with the way that he's been performing, and it really is a joint effort. Yeah. Whereas with Alpine,
we'll find out season 2, I guess.
Oh, I guess so, yeah. We'll bring him on for an interview.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations to Steph as well. Unfortunately, he's offline, so I can't invite him to chat, but I know he worked very hard, so congratulations to him, and congratulations to you two both. I feel like it's safe to say you were the fastest drivers this season. Incredible competition, an incredible friendly competition kept up between you both, so props to you both. Robert, especially you, I know it must be a difficult loss, but gotta be proud of your performance this season. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, oh yeah, go ahead, Rob.
I was just going to say, the fact that I was even in the battle, it was just mainly down to consistency. Ultimately, you're a much quicker driver. There was nothing really, especially this
yeah, sure.
I didn't get one pole all season, so that kind of sums it up.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough. But now, when it comes to the consistency, 2 DNFs, I ended up DNFing in Bahrain as well. And if Rob had turned up to that race in Australia, I really do think he would have won the title. But funnily enough, Steph could talk about, you know, the language that was being said, you know, on the final couple of laps, especially after I had picked the second time after that safety car, because I truly thought that you had won the world title. Because when you had come across the line and Steph was like, he's P3, and I was down in P12, I 100% thought that you had won, with the fastest lap as well. So I was pretty upset. So I don't even know how I still don't know how I even got the points.
Honestly,
even though there was such a gap.
Yeah, I don't think I'd scored a 5 anyway. Plus,
yeah, I think it's literally like 3 points.
And Steph's definitely won this championship then, because both times now in Imola and in Brazil, he's jumped me on the last lap because I've got a 3-second penalty. Right at the end, 5 points off me. And that's the difference as well.
Yeah, Robert, and there was seeing Dark in the general chat says that you are 2 points behind Sick Boy.
Oh man,
That is incredible, though. That is incredible competition for our first season here.
Although, even if I did beat him on points, I think I'd get a penalty for taking you out there. So I don't think I was going to win anyway.
maybe.
I would have taken any penalty given though. Completely took you out. No. Yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I think that's enough for season 1. That is a wrap. Sick Boy, I'll give you the floor one more time to sort of do a victory speech for posterity. Your last time on the grid, and you ended it on top. Congratulations, sir.
Oh well, thank you. I've only got a few words to say, and that is that I think my entire season I've been sponsored by Myers Sausages. And I must admit they are an incredible sponsor, and that is why I think that Myers Sausages are going to have to start sponsoring the virtual safety cars as well.
I'll talk to them about it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe even we could get a Jaffa Cake sponsorship in there, just as like the kind of the cross-cultural. You've got your sausages, I've got my cakes kind of thing. Or maybe even a Milwaukee Bucks kind of sponsorship. We could sneak them in there a little bit. Maybe
they were
our,
actually the sponsor of the second
lap.
safety car. Was brought to us by the Milwaukee Bucks. So yeah, very thankful for them.
Yeah, very interesting. Maybe Peterborough United could be snuck in there as well. That could be our formation lap.
We got a lot of room for sponsors since we do have quite a few safety cars. Man, but I mean, that will do it for season 1. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. Robert, is there anything else you would like to say before we sign off?
Not really, to be honest. It was just GG to Sick Boy. Deserve a champion. I don't have much to say now.
GG Sick Boy, GG Williams, great racing from all. Robert, again, thank you for joining. Great racing this season. Thank you to everyone else for watching, tuning in, joining the Discord, racing, team principling, everything for making this league very special. It's been a fantastic season 1. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with season 2. Sick Boy will be joining me on the mic. Looking forward to it. Be there. Thank you very much, guys. That'll do it for season 1.
I'll see you later, Peter.
See you, boys.